What's happening, guys? Down with Maverick Methods here, and today we are doing packaging and labeling. So this is really important. It's a big pain point for a lot of sellers, and we are going to answer the question of how do I actually go about connecting my inventory with Amazon so they're expecting it? How do I go about packaging and labeling my product correctly to stay within requirements and make sure my inventory is received smoothly at the warehouse so I can get selling quickly? We will outline this in two sections. Number one, packaging and labeling. So how should your items actually be packaged? Is it in a box? Is it a set? Is it in a poly bag? Does it need certain labels as well as FNSKUs? Number two, shipping. So here we're going to be talking more about the shipping plan and also the labels that need to go into your shipping boxes. And I'm also going to put this entire presentation below for you guys for free. You guys can hit that link and download this, keep it with you for when you enter the stage of the process each time. It's just going to help you reduce this pain point a bit and make it a lot clearer in terms of what you need to do for different types of products. Packaging and labeling. With packaging, there are many options. We are going to cover all the main points. So you may be sending in loose products, products sold as a set, or boxed units. There's also specifics you need to note if you're going to be using poly bags, and also if you're going to be sending in case-packed items, the FNSKU. So the FNSKU is the Fulfillment Network Stock Keeping Unit, and this label must be physically affixed to every unit's packaging, and it needs to be visible and scannable. It's this code here at the bottom right that you can see. Here is the barcode, here is the XOO number, the FNSKU number, and then you have the title here, which you can actually adjust the condition of your item. And remember that you could also add made in China to this FNSKU label as well. Each FNSKU is unique to a specific product. So for example, let's say you have variations and you're doing color variation and you have red units and blue units. Well, all of the red units will have their own FNSKU, their own stock keeping unit, obviously to track those separate to the blue ones. So all the blue ones will also have their unique FNSKU. So all the red ones will have the same FNSKU, but that will differ from the blue ones. All the blue ones will have the same FNSKU. So this way the exact type of product can be tracked within the warehouse. So FNSKU is the code that's going to go into every single one of the same SKU of your inventory. If you're only sending in one type of product and you don't have variations, all of those units will have the same FNSKU. Loose products. If your product contains any loose products, so these could be accessories, additions, anything like that, you need to ensure each full unit, so the main unit as well as its accessories, needs to be contained within a single secure package. Amazon does not accept any products that are sent in as multiple pieces. You cannot expect Amazon to assemble your units for you, so don't send them your main unit and then in a different package all the accessories and expect them to bundle. They will not do this. So the common question of, if I have two products on Amazon, can I just sell them as well as a bundle on another listing where I have them together? The answer is no. You're going to need to take both those products. If you want to bundle them as well, you need to take both of those before you send them into Amazon, bundle them into one package, and then send them in. Non-secure packaging includes things like sleeves or pouches, which slide over the product, but could potentially come off of the product, like you can see in this bottom right-hand image here. In these cases, you have to ensure that the item in its entirety, so this full thing, including the sleeve, needs to be placed within a poly bag. Sold as set. So this is when you're actually sending in items that are a set. Maybe it's a set of 2 or a set of 8 of certain items, because people want all of these units together in one product. And what you want to mark onto this poly bag or box is sold as set, or this is a set, do not separate. One of these two terms, because it tells Amazon not to separate the items. Then they know that this is the item as advertised on the listing, and this is the item that's sent out to the customer when it is bought. The actual packaging of a set must once again be unified and secure. You cannot send in loose units and just tell Amazon that it is a set. Boxed units. So if your approach is to actually send in items that have individual packaging boxes, so it comes in a really nice little packaging box, then you also need to follow these guidelines. The boxes need to be 6-sided. The lid or the opening of the box must not be able to open on its own. If the lid can open on its own, then you need to affix tape, glue, or staples to keep it closed. The box must not collapse when medium pressure is applied to any of the sides. If the box has perforations for whatever reason, such as with a tissue box, then it must survive a 3-foot drop test in order to be allowed through without a poly bag. So as you guys can see, the main concern Amazon has is if things are going to come off or open or spill out or become very confusing in the warehouse, you need to make sure that you're going to poly bag that unit. So if it does come apart, at least they know this is all one unit in this poly bag. Poly bagged units. Poly bags are simply the plastic bags that contain your products. Poly bags with a 5-inch opening or wider when measured flat, so when you put the bag flat, you need to add a suffocation warning to that bag. This warning needs to be printed on the bag itself or attached as a label, and it must be prominent and clear. And here's an example of what you could use here. This is actually a table from which you can decide on the minimum size of the font of this label. Sorry, that looks a little confusing there. This section is 1 and this section is 1. So if the length and width of your bag is 60 inches or more, you need to use a print size of 24 points, and so on. You guys can use this as it is here. Remember, I will also put a link below where you guys can each download a PDF of this presentation. The thickness of the poly bag must be at minimum 1.5 millimeters, and the poly bag must be transparent. Every poly bag is going to need a barcode. So I know we can see EAN and UPC here, but to keep it simple, all you're going to need in most cases is the XOO label. To be specific, the XOO label is the one you find beneath the barcode on that FNSKU. So in other words, just having your FNSKU affixed to the outside of the poly bag is a really good route to take, just like you can see in this image over here. Poly bags must be completely sealed and secure. Poly bag in any other packaging, such as bubble wrap and anything else, should not protrude more than 3 inches past the dimensions of the actual product. Expiration dates. This will depend on the nature of your product. Amazon will only receive products with an expiration date that exceeds 90 days. So if your product's going to expire within 90 days, they will not accept that to the warehouse. Here we can see images of expiration dates on the units, and here we have all 3 labels actually. We have FNSKU, expiration date, and the sold as set, do not separate. Products that do expire will need expiration dates on the master carton in 36 size characters or larger. The expiration date will also need to be on the individual units. Only having the lot numbers present is not enough. Expiration dates must be in the following format: month, day, year. Products that expire that have additional packaging, such as bubble wrap, must still keep that expiration date accessible to Amazon staff for easy receiving. You don't want it to cover up the expiration date or the FNSKU and make it difficult for them to scan. So this is the packaging and labeling side of things. I hope you guys are a bit clearer on how to package different types of products and also what labels you're going to need to affix to those products. In the next section, which I'm going to link on the screen, you can see exactly how we now need to ship our products how should we package and label our items for shipping now that we have packaged and labeled the individual units correctly. Please remember to like this video if you got value in it, and also consider subscribing. We're going to have some awesome content coming your way, and I hope you guys are making some serious progress. I'll see you in the next video.